Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So, I have noticed there are more and more of you subscribing every single day, and I guess we haven't said hello to the new folks in a little while. So, if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. If you've been here since the beginning, thanks for being here. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, and I know there's a lot of you like that, why aren't you subscribed? It doesn't cost anything. Just go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. It shows me that you support the channel. It shows me that you like what we do here, and keeps me going, you know? So, in today's video, I've got some really cool stuff here. So a lot of stuff, some stuff that's been sitting over here. These I've had these waiting for a video for quite a while, so I decided to throw them in today. And then these three that I picked up from Hobby Lobby today. Some brand new stuff from Johnny Lightning. These just came out. So this is the Muscle Cars USA 2022 release number 1. We've got the 67 Chevy Corvette 427. This is version B. Finally, a fastback second generation Corvette. I know I've talked about this quite a bit, but I've never actually been able to feature one on the channel. So we finally have a fastback second generation vet. Let's scoot that over. Also from the same release, also a version B, the 1980 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. We've seen a 1980 Pontiac Firebird before, but that was the pace car in the Indy 500 video. This is a really nice blue. I'm after version A of this big time. It's orange with the blue bird on the hood, and it looks gorgeous. I found this 1962 Dodge D200. This is part of the Norman Rockwell series number 4. Very patriotic looking, very cool paint job on here. I like it a lot. And I don't have too many Dodge pickup trucks, so I figured if I can add another Dodge pickup truck, why not? We've got this little guy, the Topo Fuel Altered. I don't know if that's supposed to say Top Fuel Altered, because Top Fuel Altered is a drag racing class, but I've never heard of Topo Fuel Altered. So I don't know if that's a typo or what, but part of our Running on Empty series, that's definitely a typo. So we've got Topo Fuel Altered and Series 12. Series 12. Oh my god, duh, that's Spanish. I'm sorry. This, the little squiggle over the E, that's the Spanish spelling of series. Okay, I'm stupid, sorry. And lastly, we've got a, excuse me, 79 Jeep Cj7. This is a golden eagle, a big golden eagle on the hood. Very cool. And looks like maybe we've got a removable top on there, maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we open it. So let's get into... Well, let's bring the lift over. Can't forget about that. Let's get into our 67 Chevy Corvette 427. All right. Sorry, I was having some trouble with the camera there. But... So if you'll take a look, so we've got our 67 Chevy Corvette on the lift, and in the background I do have the 65, I believe this was a 65 soft top Corvette, and if I'm not mistaken this was also a 65, it might have been a 64, but this is the, oh, what was this, the coupe, or hardtop? I forget, I got them mixed up now, but these are the three different style roofs that you could get on a 60s generation Corvette, or second generation Corvette, I should say. Very cool casting. This is a brand new casting from Johnny Lightning. We have never seen this guy before. There's your nice little 427 emblem on the side of your hood scoop there with the little stinger painted onto the hood. Interesting wheels on here. They kind of look like the American Racing Vector wheels on the General Lee. Nice little side pipe there with the gills on the fender. Looks like a shark. Really cool. And there is that gorgeous fastback that I referenced before, similar to the Buick, don't say the wrong kind of Buick here. Was it Riviera? Or is it Skylark? but you can see the similarity between the rear ends there. Really cool looking car. I wish I had a 1963. So in 1963, they actually had a little partition between the window, and it would split it into two pieces. But a lot of people complained that you couldn't see out the back of the car, so that was only 1963. In 1964, they went to this single piece window, and that went from 64 all the way to 1967. And of course, in 1968, you went to the third generation Corvette. So very exciting to have our second generation, our family of second generations out for display. Really, really cool looking car. I don't know if you can see on camera. I think you can. This isn't black. This is really, really, really dark green. So I'll hold the black. There's the black car next to it for comparison. You can kind of see the difference there. Really cool though. Gives it a really nice contrast to that white stripe on the hood. Absolutely love it. So we've got our card here for the 67 Corvette. So we'll do one of these. Here we go. And we've got our muscle facts. So this is the first release of our new 1967 Chevy Corvette 427 casting. 1967 was the last year for the second generation of the Corvette. I just said that. Sales slowed in 1967 as many buyers waited to buy the newer third gen in 1968. As a result, the 1967 model years are highly prized for their rarity. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And that's, are they rare or were they undesirable? Because there was a new Vette coming out. There's a difference between rare and undesirable, and I feel like a lot of people overlook that sometimes. I don't know if I would call this car undesirable, though. It's certainly a desirable vehicle. Absolutely gorgeous looking car. Let's take a peek underneath. There's our brand new base. This is an all new tooling, so we don't have a year, make, or model or anything on there, but you can see the little Johnny Lightning emblem just below the transmission bell housing there. And then on the back, we do have our license plate, 427. Yes, very nice stuff. So we will get this guy. Let's put him in the parking lot. We'll keep him out because they are such good looking cars. So we'll just park those three right over there. And we will get into now our next car. The here we go. Come on, you got it. 1980 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Yes, another Trans Am for the collection. And don't forget, we do have our 77 around here somewhere. There it is. Yes, the 77 from a pretty recent release of the Johnny Lightning Muscle Cars USA, so we'll keep that one on standby. If you want to see this one as well as two other Trans Ams, this is in a previous video of mine. You might have to scroll back a little ways, but you will be able to find it. So let's get our 1980 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am opened up. All right, so here is our 1980 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Now, by 1980, they had gone to the leaders for your engine displacement. So if you look very closely, that looks like it says... wait a minute. Hold on one second for me, guys. For a second, I thought it said turbo on there. I was like, wait a minute. That says TA 6.6, so 6.6 liter V8. I believe that translates to a 400 cubic inch or right around that range. This was 1980, so the horsepower is barely worth talking about. It's like 180 horsepower. Not really anything to write home about, but great looking car anyway. Absolutely love this example of it. Down to the, we've got a little bit of blue detail in the wheels there, BF Goodrich tires. Looks really good. I personally, I always say this every time I have a Firebird on the channel. I think the Firebird is just a better looking Camaro. I really do. Not to say that the Camaro isn't good looking. Obviously, I love Camaros.
But I just think the Firebirds were a little bit more, you know, bold in their styling. It was a really cool car. Nice blue interior in there. T-tops, tinted T-tops, looks really cool. And the blacked out rear taillight. You can see our excuse me, some stuff in my throat today. You can see our there we go, that's better. Trans Am lettering across the spoiler there, and the license plate says Birdie. Birdie. Funny. Really, really cool looking car. I absolutely love the color of this thing. And speaking of color, I didn't tell you what the paint code for the Vette was. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So we'll bring the Vette back over for a second. That is Goodwood Green Poly. That is our paint color for the Corvette. I can't believe I forgot about that. So now we'll segue into the paint on the Trans Am, which is an absolutely gorgeous, if you can see that there, nice metal flake blue. And that is called Bright Blue Poly. So, and then we've got our muscle facts over here. The Pontiac Firebird was originally developed in 1967 as a counterpart to the Chevy Camaro. Pontiac turbocharged the Firebird for the first time in 1980. That's why for a second I thought it said turbo on the hood scoop there. Well, that's not a hood scoop on there. This is actually called a shaker because it's part of the engine that comes through the hood. For the first time in 1980, they attached a 9 psi Garrett TBO 305 turbo to a modified 301 cubic inch V8 engine originally developed in 1977. And it still didn't make over 300 horsepower, but it was faster than the big block V8s by a long shot. It was, you know, one of the fastest things on the road at the time. Very cool car. The whatchamacallit, where is it? Here's a turbo Trans Am. Here's a turbo 1980 Trans Am. We've seen this guy a few times, but there you go. Turbo Trans Am, official pace car, Indy 500. So I do have one of those in my collection. And then real quick, before we forget about this paint code too, there it is, Bright Blue Poly. Now we'll take a look at the back of this card as well, because this card should be exactly the same as the Corvette. So we have the rest of our cars in this series. We've got the 80 Pontiac Firebird, we've got a 70 Ford Mustang Mach 1, a 70 Dodge Coronet Super B, a 65 Pontiac Catalina Royal Bobcat, a 1970 Chevy Chevelle SS 454, and the 67 Vette, which we picked up today. So we've got the top one and the bottom one, number 1 and number 6. So, that being said, I will certainly be on the lookout for not only the rest of this series, but the version A of this series. They are all absolutely awesome looking. And we do get a quick look here at last year's final release, release number 4. Some really cool stuff in that one as well, so I'm going to be on the lookout. And most of these have been just absolutely cleared out of stores, so you're really not going to find any of these. I might have to look around online for these guys, but in this series there's a 73 Grand Am. I have 2 of those actually. 63 Ford Galaxy, a 97 Firebird Trans Am WS6, so I really want that. The 97, that's the first year for the LS1 and the Trans Am. Those are, excuse me, great year for the Trans Am. 91 Chevy Camaro Z28 1LE, so a 3rd gen Camaro. I'm also after 3rd gen Camaros, so I may just find myself on Johnny Lightning's website and just get that whole set if I can. Got a Monte Carlo and a Plymouth Valère Roadrunner in that series as well. Very cool stuff. So that is our Trans Am, our 1980 Pontiac Trans Am. We'll take a quick look underneath. I don't think we looked underneath this one. Same as usual for Johnny Lightning. No year, make, or model under there. Nice tread on the tires. So we'll get that parked up next to his 1977 cousin. And we will get into the first of our green lights for today's video, the 1962 Dodge D200 from Norman Rockwell, series number 4. All right, here is our 1962 Dodge D200. Now, under the hood, and we've got the hood open because it's very exciting to see a Greenlight with an opening hood. You don't always get that with them. That should be a 318 under the hood there. I was a little iffy on some of the information I found on the engines in these trucks, but that should be a 318. There were also a few straight six options available for the early 60s Dodge D200s. And then later years, I believe in 65 or 66, they were offered with a 426 Hemi as well. But that should be a 318 under the hood there. So we'll get that hood closed so we can get a look at our super patriotic paint job here with the stars on the roof and the stripes on the hood. Red and white down the sides. Some nice yellow wheels on there too. Or I guess it'll be gold. Like the little eagle on top of the flagpole. Looks really, really good. Nice Dodge emblem back there on the tailgate. No license plate on this guy, being it's a Greenlight. We never usually get license plates from them. Really, really cool looking truck. So this is a single cab Dodge D200. I don't think they offered the quad cab or crew cab or whatever it was called. I don't think they were offered until later years, but 62 is only single cab. Very nice looking truck. Really interesting front end there. Cool, cool, cool. Uh-oh, my magnets are falling off the wall. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I grabbed these three little magnets. I got a Corvette, Roadrunner, and Super B. I grabbed those at Hobby Lobby today too. One of them was falling off the wall. I just had to fix that real quick. Oop. There we go. Yeah, my little camera stand is showing its age here. It doesn't exactly want to sit quite right, but it does kind of make it easier to bring the cars in close, so I guess that's working in my favor. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous looking truck. I love this a lot. I could totally park this right next to my little Santini Air Jeep right here. That is also all red, white, and blued out. So we will take a quick look at our card here. It's a Greenlight card, so you don't really get much information, but it is the Norman Rockwell series. So these cars are based off of a painting, and that would be the painting that this one is based off of. On the back, we have the rest of the paintings, but none of the cars. They don't really tell you about any of the cars. I did see this one. This is a Chevy M1009 CUCV, but it's all patinaed up, and I didn't really, I'm meh with patina. And then this one here is a Willys Jeep. I just happen to know that off the top of my head because I've seen them before. We may be seeing this guy in the future. So we'll get that card tucked away. One more nice good look at this 1962 Dodge D200. It was a 62, right? Yeah. Well, let's take a look underneath. Yes, 62 Dodge D200, approved by the Norman Rockwell Family Agency. Cool. Very, very cool. There's your little Dodge badge on the fender there. Ooh, look at that. Catching the light just right there. All right, so let's get that one into the parking lot with the rest of these guys. And we will move on to our Topo. I'm just going to call it a Top Fuel Altered because I'm like 99% sure that's a typo. So we will get this guy opened up. Really cool little car. All right, so here is our Top Fuel or Topo Fuel Altered with the Kendall Motor oil paint job from Greenlight. This is a very, very cool looking car. I kind of thought this was a dirt track car when I first saw it. I actually had to look up what Top Fuel Altered is. And what that basically is so they're dragsters, they're Top Fuel dragsters that are in some way or another, they don't qualify for Top Fuel class, so they're, you know, considered Top Fuel Altered, and it's a class of its own, from my basic understanding. I'm sure there's much more to it than that. But either way, it's still a really, really cool looking car. It's a tiny little guy. Give you an idea, it's absolutely tiny. It barely fits on the lift. Some really cool engine detail there. It looks like a big block Chevy with ITBs on there. Some people will call these guys stacks. I call them ITBs. It stands for individual throttle bodies. So each one of these little tubes is it's basically like having a throttle plate on each of the intake runners of your intake manifold. And if you ever want to hear an engine absolutely scream, that's how you do it. They are absolutely insane. Yeah, really cool looking little car. I wish I knew more about it. Doesn't really give you a year range or anything for anything like that on the box. But still a really cool looking car. Anything with a big block sticking out of it is certainly welcome in my collection. Ooh, don't dump it, don't dump it. Hold on to it. We'll take a look inside there. You've got your very basic driver's compartment. You basically get a roll cage, a seat, a steering wheel, and a shifter. And I'm sure there's some pedals down on the floor. And that's all you really need. You're just going in a straight line. There's the parachute there on the back of the roll cage. I'm not sure if that roll cage is like bent or if it's supposed to, okay. It's like a two-piece. Yeah, that roll cage is a little wonky looking. Yeah, that's fine though. It's Greenlight, what do you expect? Really cool looking car. I like the wheels on there too. The back wheels are really nice. Nice big 5-spoke star, and then down in the front you got your little skinnies. Really cool looking car. So we'll take a quick look at the card here. So this is running on empty, Series 12. Again, that is Spanish, not a typo. Oops, knocking stuff over here. Get that back on there. So the rest of the vehicles in this series, collect the whole series. Got a 55 Chevy sedan delivery, the Armor All paint job. 56 Ford F100 tow truck with a Texaco paint job. 65 Dodge D200 with a Conoco paint job. 68 Chevy C10 with a Pennzoil paint job. 95 Ford Escort RS Cosworth STP oil paint job. This thing is an absolute peg warmer. I see this everywhere I go. And the top Topo Fuel altered with the Kendall motor oil paint job. Really cool little car. So we'll get that card tucked into our box and get this guy into the parking lot. And you can see, just real quick, just how tiny that thing is. So there's the Dodge on the lift. Takes up about the whole lift. And then park that next to the little top fuel there. Guy is tiny, tiny, tiny. So, last vehicle for this video. The 1979 Jeep Cj7 Golden Eagle. Very, very, very cool. I'm really excited about this one. The Dixie theme. So we'll get this opened up and out of the box. Alright, so here is our 1979 Jeep Cj7. We've got the top off to start. So we've got our roll cage exposed, nice tan interior. Got your two shifters there, four-wheel drive shifter and the transmission. Nice detailed dashboard as well. Really cool looking Jeep. We do have a license plate on this one, FCH630. So that's pretty neat. So this is a CJ7 79, so this is still an AMC-owned Jeep. And being so, the Golden Eagle. This is a Golden Eagle. You can clearly tell by the Golden Eagle on the hood. So the Golden Eagle was pretty much like your top-of-the-line trim level. If you the 304 V8 was standard in the Golden Eagle, whereas lower trim levels you had the option for the 304 V8, but most likely you would get the 4.2 liter inline six. So, but being that this is a Golden Eagle, we can imagine there's a 304 AMC motor under the hood there. Really, really cool Jeep. I like it a lot. Nice wheels on there. So we'll get our top popped on here so we can take a look at it all together like that. Give me one sec. There we go. Oh, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. Looks really nice with the roof on as well. Nice tan top with the little half doors there. That's pretty neat. Very, very cool. I believe the Cj7, so if we take a look underneath, I don't know if Greenlight's going to go through all. Yeah, no, it's not as detailed as we'd like to see, but there's our 79 Jeep Cj7 written on the bottom there. The Cj7 would have had leaf spring suspension. Very archaic, very old. They didn't start getting coil spring suspension until the 90s. And this is so this is still technically a CJ, not a Wrangler. They did not become Wranglers until the next generation, which was the YJ. These were still called CJs, or civilian Jeep. So we'll take a quick look at our card here as well. It does say Dixie on it. This is a hobby exclusive series. I've seen a couple different vehicles from this Dixie series. I'm not too familiar with what this is referencing. If you know, leave a comment. It doesn't really tell you anything on the back of the card either. It's just pretty much the same as the front, just says Dixie. Still nice card artwork. Looks really cool. So we'll get that tucked into the box, and we will get our Jeep. We'll bring it over for one more good look. Really nice looking paint job on here. Nice, nice, nice casting. All right, so we will get that one over with the rest of these guys, and I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording and bring the parking garage over, and we will take a look at everything that we unboxed today. All right, so here is our 1967 Chevy Corvette with the 427. Followed by the 1980 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. That beautiful, beautiful blue paint job on there. Absolutely love that. Our 1962 Dodge D200 with the American flag paint job. And the Topo or Top Fuel Altered, whatever you'd like to call it. Leave a comment. Let me know. What should I be calling this? Is it Topo Fuel or is it Top Fuel? I don't know what the whole idea behind that spelling is. And then lastly, upstairs, we've got our 1979 Jeep Cj7. It's a little off-center. There we go, that looks better. So there is our Golden Eagle Cj7. Very, very cool stuff. So make sure if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you thought. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me too, and I will see you in the next video.